Hello and welcome to chapter 211 of our streaming adventure. The plan today is to focus on Resurgent Belief. What Resurgent Belief is a zero cost card that has Suspend 2 for 2 mana, and when it happens, you return all the enchantments from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it's like Replenish, but not quite. So therefore, I have named this deck Replenish-ish. And I think that's funny. So if you don't, too bad. But, missing a couple cards here. So, that is what I was doing right now, is I went live a little early with the intent to go live a little early, build this deck up, and then I can hop into a league afterwards. So the main things that I'm thinking with setting up Replenish is we need a way to get cards in the graveyard. So that'll be cycling enchantments and stuff like that. But there's also a blue card, which I'm sure when we get to it, like I'm going in casting cost order. But it's like 2 and a blue, Thirst for Knowledge, except for you discard and it's an artifact, enchantment instead of artifact. But the same way you could have shenanigans with Thirst for Knowledge, you could choose to discard 2 cards if you wanted to. Now, not everybody wants to, but it's something you could do on purpose. Hey, thank you. We'll make sure we get you. Let's go do it right now. Put you on the queue for when next time comes up to spin. All right. Thirst for me. See, I knew it was thirst for something, and thirst for knowledge is the obvious other one. All right. Okay. So we're all set there. So we'll get there eventually. Like, I have it sorted by mana cost, so by the time we get to 3 mana, I have everything referencing enchantment. I don't know if Myth Realized is worthwhile. Like, the idea of having a threat as opposed to, and you have to cast the enchantments. That's the other thing with Myth Realized. But my thought is, if I can build up to just having Shark Typhoon type thing, I'm eventually going to be able to attack in and take them down. Now, knowing that I'm going to be a slow deck, I wanted to have something like Periphery Nodes to take, for example, the Prowess deck, right? They're going to play a 1-drop on turn 1. Well, I'll play Periphery Nodes. Now, are they playing a second threat on turn 1? Or are they going to be like, okay, pass. My turn. Well, I mean, they'll attack me, sure. But on my turn, the Periphery Nodes kills their thing. And then we get to move on. And I think Periphery Nodes, not the greatest card, but can buy me time. And really, if there isn't much more that I'm trying to do with this deck than buy time. So I think I do want to keep, I think Periphery Nodes is an interesting way to do it that can hit multiple things. Now, on Thin Ice, enchant Snowland you control. When Thin Ice enters the battlefield, exile. Okay, so that's what? Chained to the Rocks, but for a Snowland? That doesn't seem bad. Something happens, my card gets blown up, it's in the graveyard, it can come back. So yeah, let's start with one here that we can always, if we want more in the sideboard or whatever. Okay. Reality Acid. I'm not 100. I have an idea of what that card is, but I'll have to see if it matches what is in my head when we get there. I want to picture it's like 3 and a blue It has vanishing. If like the card dies, that thing gets sacrificed and then it hops on to somebody else or something to that effect. This is something I was curious. Like, do I want seal of removal type effect? Do I want to, if nothing else, it's going to buy me time. I can have a variety of cards here doing things. And something to, I don't know if I have anything yet that triggers off enchantments coming into play. But we will see. Shattered Ego gets plus. I gotta make him a little bit bigger. Okay, so seal of removal. Training Grounds. Training Grounds triggers off of cycling. No, creatures you control. So they would have to be in play. So it does not trigger off cycling. Never mind. Sorry to mislead you there. I do wonder about something like... well, okay, I was not thinking of Oratog. But Oratog... Like, if I want to have some kind of threat that, you know, okay, here's where I decide to pivot and try to attack or something. I mean, Oratog, upkeep, eat all my enchantments, Resurgent Belief, puts them all back in play. No, we're still not. COP Red in the sideboard feels kind of funny. Like, I'm trying to get to, like, I thought I had... I guess I don't have I don't have a good art COP Red. Question also would be, do I want something to the effect of like Greater Oromancy to protect my enchantments? That is my opponent likely to be playing targeted removal for my enchantments? It does not feel likely. How about that? Heliod's Punishment. Huh. Here's another one that you, like, once upon a time enchantment effects to have, you know, oh, I didn't lose any life. So then I can start spitting out angels and have that be my attack plan or whatever. Hey there, Life Reboots. Thanks for stopping by. You know, something like that. Or now this one feels a little more interesting. Okay, I can manifest these cards. I can block with them. When they get killed, it's an enchantment that goes to my graveyard. And then, oh darn, I will replenish back. I'll replenish back my dead enchantments. Like, that feels... This feels clever. It doesn't necessarily... Clever doesn't mean good. It just means clever. So keep that in mind. Another thing, just to buy time, like Nyx Fleece Ram. Now, the one thing I always liked about white decks is that they have powerful sideboard options, and one of the first ones we're coming to here is Rest in Peace. I don't want Rest in Peace. That's going to ruin everything. You kidding me? So, like, that's like, oh yeah, we get these powerful sideboard cards. Yeah, not that one. No thank you. Here's another clever one. So, Peace of Mind. I used to play like a white enchantment prison deck that actually keyed off of what's the card? Enduring Ideal. Okay. But what would happen is if you accidentally got the card in your hand, you could discard it to Peace of Mind and then use the Shadowmoor land that was a plains and tuck it back into the deck. That was clever. So Peace of Mind, and Peace of Mind is another one of these ones where I'm saying we discard a bunch of enchantments, setting up the Resurgent Belief. So as of right now, we're just going to have like the one of pile of things that would be interesting. I think Seal of Cleansing is another thing that is worthwhile to have to be able to do over and over. Oh, I know how we're winning. We're going to kill them with Starfield of Nyx. Yeah, I forgot Starfield of Nyx exists. Yeah, that's how we're going to win. We're going to put those in play and like attack for 50. So I have now reconsidered. Where's the you can't target my guys guide? This. Okay, I have now reconsidered Greater Oromancy. So when we go Starfielding, we don't immediately die. Okay. Anybody else hopping out here? Stony Silence, I think, is plausible. I don't know if the affinity things have gone as far into Modern yet. Like the affinity decks that I've seen are touching Vintage and Legacy. But another one worth considering is anti-fetch land with Suppression Field. Not great. Not great with, like, if I'm trying to do Hall of Heliod or cycling type effects. But it is something worth thinking about. So I'm just going to put a thinking about one in my sideboard. What are the... Oh, these are the alternate... What do you call them? Alternate... I don't know what I want to call it. Confounding Conundrum. That is a card you're allowed to play. Now here's another one. Dress Down. Creatures lose all abilities. At the beginning of the end step, you sacrifice this. This is going to like interact weirdly with the Starfield of Nyx. But against like Heliod combo Spike Feeder stuff, like I think this is where you want to be. So we're going to look at that one. I especially like that it has flash and it cycles to replace itself. Those are both welcome additions, I should say. What is Merit Lage's Slumber? Slumber and Snow Permanent. If you have 10 or more snow permanents. Well, I plan to have a lot of basics. I can just see us getting wrecked by like the snow sinkhole. Because we'll have said, oh well, nobody's playing that. Draw a card, put a counter, remove 8 counters, make a Kraken, and you can cycle it. Cycling counts as a card. We'll throw one of that in. I mean, we're going to have other cycling stuff. It's a Scry. Surveil would be more powerful than the Scry. Do I want something like Search for Iskanta? Once I trigger it, though... Yeah, I probably do. Zephyr, carry away. At the beginning of your end step, gain a life or return a creature mana value from 1. So this works with what is that cycle called? Not Magus. I can picture the card. It's Martyr of Sands. Martyr of Sands, gaining your life, and then it just keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. It's interesting. Cover of Winter. Nice cumulative upkeep. On some of these, though, like, yeah, I'm not interested in paying 3 mana, but if I can cycle it and get it back, that's something that's interesting. Now, Ghostly Prison is another type effect where, some of these creature-centric strategies, if I can make them pay to have to attack me, that's going to go poorly for them. I just want to kind of quickly look at what are the popular decks in Modern right now. Cycling. So this is probably Living End, Burn, Amulet Titan, Blitz, and Humans. Okay. I'm just trying to, what do I need to worry about? Ghostly Prison maybe is more sideboard card in that world. Idyllic Tutor, not quite Enlightened Tutor, unfortunately. Here you go. Here's a win condition. Now, I might as well. Sometimes you just have Phyrexian Life and Solemnity. Sometimes it just happens. It's okay. Solitary Confinement, if I had a way to keep up with the discard element, that might be worthwhile. We can put one in the sideboard for thoughts. History of Benalia would be interesting. Now, question being, do I want to go with the Enchantress type effects? Right now, I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I'm definitely considering, do I want what are the other 0 casting cost, like these ones, the suspend no cost cards, that if I am going to play as Foretold, do I want to be able to, in a pinch, basically pay 3 mana for that same effect? Yeah, Ancestral's the one I know about, and that's something that might be worthwhile. Turn 1, suspend Ancestral, and then come around to maybe later draw up into, and then have a better chance to do stuff. So we'll go back one for that one. But the card I was looking for, what were we saying? It's Thirst of something here. Here's the Reality Acid. It's only 3 mana. Okay, so you would have to do something to purposely be bouncing it as opposed to just casting it the first time. Okay. I didn't think it was necessarily all of it on its own. Okay, so here's our Thirst for Meaning. Draw 3 cards, disc 2, but obviously we want to discard. Based on that, 3 mana for instant, draw 3, discard. Is it better just to play the 1 in a blue, draw 2, throw 1 away, or what's the other one? Strategic Planning? Strategic Planning might be... Strategic Planning might be a better fit just as a way to kind of throw cards in the graveyard, if that's really what I'm going to do with Thirst for Meaning. It doesn't help once the card is already in my hand, but I think I actually might. I think I might prefer that. Strategic Planning. So let me get a couple more that I was looking for. So I think Detention Sphere is worth having. Moderation was interesting, but I don't think that's necessarily what we're looking for. I would like to have a Teferi just for the purposes of having shields up moment type thing. I guess there are also some effects where I can just be like, you're not allowed to play anything this turn. All right, cast out. We want 4 of those being a cycler. It does also have flash. Felidar Retreat is interesting as a threat. Okay. Leyline, we definitely want those. Whether, are we benefited by them? Main, not necessarily. I'm not purposely a Nykthos deck here, like I have been in other setups before. But it would help towards the, hey, look at all these enchantments I have, kill you with it. None of these seem to have cycling. I think when I did a search for enchantments with cycling, it was very low. There were not a lot of choices there. Or just even in general. Alright, so Starfield of Nyx is there. Okay. Elspeth Conquers Death. I can only get back a creature from my own graveyard, so that hurts a little bit. Getting into the higher cost cards. We still need our... We have not hit Shark Typhoon yet. What's this? Hey, thank you. A Wild Olsen has appeared. So we are trying to build around Resurgent Belief, which is the new Replenish. So this is Replenish-ish for Modern. So part of the plan is to have like cycle effects, and then I don't necessarily want to open the vaults. I don't want Hive Mind, stuff like that. I think we do Shark Typhoon. We need to fill the deck up to 4. What is the... There's a Confiscate that cycles. Is it more expensive? Have I not hit it yet? This. Lay Claim. So we want some number of those. Probably not 4. Everybody loves a good Overwhelming Splendor. Starfield puts them in play, does it not? Okay. So we're going to put one of those in. What are the other nonsense cards up here? Beginning of your upkeep, put a creature from a graveyard. Return up to X artifact or non-aura enchantments. What? Return up to X target artifact and or non. Okay, so they can't be the thin ice one. Okay. But X or less, if X is 6 or more. So it's another replenish, but it's going to be hard to target the things I want to target. Count the number of permanents you control. Jeez. All right. So then, what were the cheap enablers? Strategic planning. Strategic planning. And you have caps lock on, champ. Okay, I do not want that version. Why? Look at your top 3. Put one in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Yeah, that's all. This is all I want to do. This guy looks more strategic. See, now I'm wondering. I think we want the cycle cards. We want to build up the graveyard. It is a sorcery, but it's also 2 mana versus 3 mana. That's the only real difference. But then, okay, 2 mana versus 3 mana. The 2 mana, I only end up plus 1 card. So I've drawn 1 card and I'm throwing 2 into the graveyard, or I'm up 3 and I throw 2 into the graveyard. But these 2 come off the top of the deck, whereas Thirst, they have to come out of my hand. Yeah, Thirst might be better. I'm just thinking of like, well, what am I going to do on these early turns? And I feel, blah, 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 blah. I don't think I can wait to have 3 mana to start doing stuff. I guess the more cycling I have or suspending this Resurgent Belief, all of that makes me feel better, or having more, cheaper things to do. So the more cheap things I have to do, the more I feel better about it. We'll take the fairy back out. I don't like these alternate art ones. So cast out Phyrexian and Unlife and Solemnity is kind of for fun. Oh, we didn't have our how hard do I lean on this as foretold? I guess that's worth thinking about. If I'm relying on as foretold instead of the suspend from Resurgent Belief, because if I suspend Resurgent Belief, next turn it'll tick off, next turn it'll fire off, and maybe I can't afford to live that long. All right, so I think I am going to change Thirst for Meaning. Take the strategic planning out. I think this Greater Aurabancy. So I don't want to get rid of all of these things. I'm just going to keep throwing stuff in the sideboard right now. I think Dress Down is interesting. I don't know how interesting, though. Or have I decided that I'm going to do this on Thing Ice or not? Yeah, I don't know if I have enough targets for Seal of Cleansing. Not from the matchup, or not from the top decks that we looked at there. Also makes me wonder about this. Okay. What is the... I wish I could put this other Ancestral in. Alright, so multiple 0-mana spells. I'm not sold on this Thin Ice, but I wouldn't mind another... Oh, I probably need a few more words than that. That's funny. Okay. So, 2 Search for Azcanta. What happens once it flips? Non-creature, non-land. Okay, I'm in. I am in for non-creature, non-land. What kind of mana base? Aegis of the Gods. What is that one? Next time an instant, or that's not it. You have Hexproof, and it's a 2/1. I mean, this one is interesting. But this might not be modern. Haha, it is not modern legal. That's the trick. Only play modern legal cards in your modern deck. What? I'm trying to think of the fetch land, and I'm coming Strand. I mean, I do. Is this the kind of deck? I don't think I want Celestial Colonnade. Like, maybe I do? How do I only have 2 Hollowed Fountain? What the hell? That seems weird. Nice. So I did take out the snow relevant card, which is probably not a bad idea. I was just gonna say, what do modern mana bases even look like anymore? I guess there's a blue-white control deck that we can look at. Oh, I kind of want a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, just because that card is great. We're gonna get wrecked by Prismatic Ending just exiling our stuff. That's the problem, honestly. Glacial Fortress. If anything, we should play Urza Saga in our land. Bant for the green white walker. Well, I don't even know what the green white walker. Like, I think I can picture the green white walker, but I don't think it's any good. Put it into your hand. I don't want to play that. Astral Drift? So it's a way to blink stuff as long as I'm cycling. I'm not really trying to be a cycling deck. I'm really just trying to abuse the fact that I can dump cards into the graveyard and then hop it back. That's really all I'm going for. If I had a lot more resources into it, maybe that'd be more worthwhile. All right. So what are we looking at here? 4, 8. 1, 2, 3. Single, single, single. Does anything cost double? Like, I want early blue and early white, I guess. What is the Glacial Fortress, we said? I don't know if I want 4 of those. Expedition map, really? Field of Ruin in a pinch as protection. Blow up somebody's mana base. Chart a Course is the other one I was thinking, and okay. So Chart a Course as a sorcery is draw 2, pitch 1. This is an instant is draw 3, pitch 2. I think I need the... That's why I was looking at strategic planning as a way to dig for something, but then I had Thirst for Meaning winning me over by getting cards out of my hand. Maybe that's what I really want. Maybe what I really want is Chart a Course. Yeah, it's not always pitch 2. I can choose for it to be pitch 2. So then it's 3 mana, overall +2, but think about the card itself. Whereas your Chart a Course is just treading even. Do I benefit by having any more colors at all? Or what are the... I was going to say, do I want another... Secret Restoration is interesting. I mean, I don't necessarily want Force of Negation, just because... I don't know, it just feels like... I don't know. It feels off. I could use this as my get out of jail free. It's not even free, though. You have to land it. I'm going to put one chart of course in just for the purposes of having it come up and just see if I would have liked it. I don't know if I necessarily want restore balance. I'm unlikely to have cleared my hand out, but I mean, it could be a wrath. If we've stuck the as foretold, any enchantments we have out there are going to stick around. We could put one restore balance in for science. That's true that we get to discard for them. That is a clever way to set things up. The question is then, do I want more than one? I only have the two as foretold. Another thing is, do I need to have more than that? Is this Phyrexian Unlife Solemnity just not needed? And then I could add another foretold. Speaking of foretold. What's this? We could have the miracle one, the foretell miracle. That's kind of funny. Alright, so 3 as foretold, 8 spells, other things to do early. We have the cycling effects over here. Truly, these are more 2 mana and 1 mana cycling effects. This is a variable cycling effect. So this doesn't feel crazy. I think that Field of Ruin feels misplaced, but I'll live with it. So then, okay, how about the sideboard? I think Leyline of Sanctity we want. Deafening Silence or Stony Silence. I'm just not sure if Stony Silence is necessarily playable. I guess is Stony Silence could be my anti-Tron. I think I want these dress downs to do anti-combo type things, but I just can't imagine that end up working out. Would Stony Silence be better as Seal of Cleansing? Probably not. They don't have to all be enchantments too, Jeremy. Is there an Oops All Spells in Modern? I don't think there is. That's a good point. What kind of black enchantments are there? Dead weight. I mean, there's going to be curse type stuff, but Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom is enchantment. Liliana's Caress, Restore Balance. You like that combo? Trial of Ambition, Waste Not. Zombie Infestation. Pitch all my enchantments and replenish. That's kind of funny. See, now I'm thinking about that because that seems clever. I pitch my enchantments. I don't know what that caliphate is. I try. Oh, maybe it's not black. Beloved of the Sea, equal to your devotion, spells your opponent, so it has ward 1. That doesn't seem as exciting. Let's go back to our black cards. I don't know, that zombie infestation has my gears turning. We could set ourselves up for Magrim. Could have Virulent Plague. Underworld Dreams. What's this one? Erebos. That's kind of funny. Erebos never hit the devotion. Yeah, we're never going to play Leyline, though. We could have Enchantment Wrath of God, Phyrexian Scriptures. Doomwake Giant. Doomwake Giant just to come in and wreck them. No, although Eldest Reborn seems pretty sweet. I kind of like Eldest Reborn, but no, if you want to see Enchantress, Aaron will be streaming Modern Enchantress later tonight. Yeah, we will not be playing Rest in Peace, so maybe we do want Leyline of the Void. I just don't see Stony Silence being good enough. I also am not sure about that one. These ones. 4, 8, 10, 11, 12. No, I don't necessarily want that. All right, this is somewhat ugly, but we could give ourselves the chance to play some black cards. Is there the Tri-Lands? Is there an Esper Tri-Land? I can't think of what the Triomes. No Esper. Why Teferi over Jace? Teferi can get rid of permanents. That was my main thought, but you're talking about Jace 4, right? I don't know. I've always liked this Teferi to kind of just get you out of some scrapes. Maybe I would be better off, though, with just regular Jace. We do have a good amount of fetch lands here. Mm. All right. Add our cards to the wish list. Export the wish list. Come over here. Bring up the mana traders. Shout out to Mana Traders, sponsor the stream, for letting us play Replenish-ish decks. Well, that's not where we're looking. This is not an expensive deck. Yikes. We could have, well, no. I was going to say, we have Thought Lash to discard all of our cards, and then you have the other Jace that has a win condition on your... the win condition that triggers for not having, or trying to draw when there's no cards to draw. Can open up the Stream Decker while we're here to put our interesting, powerful deck out there for anybody to see. Apologies. Mana Traders looking long and hard for who has Thirst for Meanings. Okay, found them. Found us from Thirst for Meanings. What changed? Ooh, we got the old seal of removal. All right, well, let's take this show on the road. I don't want to say what kind of show it is, but I think you can tell. All right. Come take my play points. Do do do. Build this is strong words. We clicked on cards and put them. There were some elements that I was like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to cycle some cards into the graveyard. I want to research. I want to replenish them back, and I want to kill my opponent with Starfield of Nyx because that's just that's good clean living from what as far as I'm concerned. So what's going to be interesting is, do I even have enough enchantments to properly trigger Starfield of Nyx? I probably have to have, if we have an As Foretold, a Cast Out, the Starfield itself, a couple Shark Typhoons, and a Lay Claim. We got there. We'll own everything, and we'll beat the opponents down. I used to play mono white, like hate enchantment prison, and it was enduring ideal with like Form of the Dragon and stuff like that, and you just lock the opponent out, and it got more frustration concessions than I think I ever actually won matches, but it's like 2 mana restriction field or something like that. Like they can't activate fetch lands anymore. Like you just kept doing like little stuff to like needle the opponent to like really annoy them. And like I accidentally put Starfield of Nyx in so that I could win faster. And I'm sure there were quite a few opponents who were like, "Oh, thank God. Just get this over with." So sometimes you just got to speed things up with Starfield and Nyx and get busy. Yeah, I guess I said that. Well, I could say there are a lot more people that enjoy playing Legacy than Modern. We don't normally sit around in queues too much. Now, I don't know, like, is Tuesday Modern Day for like the prelim or anything like that, or is that where maybe the Modern players are? So maybe they heard that I was going to play, 4 cast outs in my deck, and they're like, how many 4 cast outs? Screw that. We're out of here. I could maybe deal with 3 cast outs, but if they have 4, no. I can't. I'm not putting up with that. Yep, they heard I was coming. They said, "Oh Lord, he's bringing cast out." Look at me, just relaxing here, putting my feet up. Welcome to the relaxed portion of the stream. Oh. I mean, Erin appreciates a good enchantment, and she knows it's nothing against her, but that we can't play Rest in Peace, or we would just shoot ourselves. Won the die roll. Hallelujah. Do I want to keep? I mean, I got nothing to do here. Maybe Thirst of Meaning will find me something? What were they last seen playing? They were last seen playing Death and Taxes. So, no, I can't keep this. Right? Whatever, I'm on the play. Oh, they mulled the 6. We're already in the lead. This isn't that Leon. We're getting an arbiter. You know, my old pal, Leon. Oh, you dirty dog. Well, crap. Yeah. Oh, don't take my thirst for meaning. This is. Oh, they did. You fool. Ha! Had it. Had it the whole time. So now, do I suspend this? Oh, they have a. I missed that they had a companion. That's my fault. YOLO. Dark Confidant, sure. That one's interesting, but I think I want to keep Shark Typhoon around. Oh no! Our opponent is a dirty dog. I have responses. No. Make them take the as foretold. That's way better. You may put as foretold into my graveyard. Thank you. Resolves. Are you going to attack into... You saw it in my hand, dude. Oh, screw you. Boo. Who plays Cling to Dust? I mean, that's just bad form. That's just sad. I feel bad for them, honestly. Correction, I feel bad for me. What the literal crap? How many lands did I put in this deck? Goodness gracious. So now I gotta find another threat. But it doesn't matter if I find a threat, because all these freaking Dothy Voidwalkers. See, Those are some powerful 3/2s. All right, so that puts me at 7. The fetch doesn't change anything. Restore balance, I accept. And Luris has been picked up. Cool. Yeah, could they flip over 2 Dracos? Probably not. All right. So don't target me. What is the wording on the Dothy guy? Dothy something. I don't know what the hell it's called. Dothy Voidwalker. And opponents. It doesn't target me at all. That's cute. All right, so most of this stuff would have been pretty good. I don't think Jace is good enough. I don't know if I necessarily want to gain control of their stuff. But I think I kind of need enchantments. How do they stop our stuff once it's in play? I think I still am willing to keep these. Cutting blue cards, I guess. All right, now we know what they are playing. Ish. I think Tiny Bones is Jumpstart legal. I don't think it is technically, what do you call it, legal? I don't think it's modern legal. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. So now Hit a basic. Is that the one they flipped? This is the one they flipped. If they play the stupid Dothy thing... So the question is... We got time. Next turn, we play a Solemnity and get a 3/3 Shark. Funeral Charm. First of all, how dare you? You got me. Too powerful for me. Yep. I mean... I guess I can't stop the Shadow guy. What's the flashback on this? Escape for 5. Luckily, they don't have 5. They do have 7 cards in their hand. I'm glad we are... Target player discards a card. Resolves. What? They just want to clear up some stuff? You can steal my cards if you void walk them? Well, that guy's got Shadow. I can't stop him. So if I attack, it puts him at 15. I'm saving myself potential damage there. They're probably just going to play Aluris, though. Yep, there's your boy. You did call Turok. Luris resolves. Now, I could have suspended Restore Balance 2 turns ago. I would also... We could draw Solemnity. I don't know if I'm going to live another turn. The sheer amount of lands we've drawn here is kind of absurd, but... Like, imagine if we could, I don't know, play any spell to get a bonus shark to block. Yeah, they're just going to be able to attack for enough with everything that if I had been able to, I don't know, stop anything at all, that's going to be really frustrating. Come on, think better of it and don't attack. Yeah, it didn't matter. Didn't matter. So we would have drawn our 3 cards. They all suck. We would have drawn for the turn. And then draw 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, try again. I think there was an inkling of something there. It just hurt us that they're playing main deck Graveyard Hate. You know, you're trying to play a graveyard-centric combo deck, and your opponent comes along and is like, I'll take that card right out of your graveyard and draw a card for it. Little brutal. So, what's a combo deck? Did I not say we were a combo deck? We are absolutely a combo deck. I'm not listening to what I say. That's your job. I'm just saying the stuff. That's what I get paid to do, is just say the nonsense and click the buttons. You know, I don't do any of it particularly well. But it's hot and it's ready. Call back to the previous stream. It's not worth your time. All right, can we win a match? It's been a long damn time. Uh-oh. Opponent joined and was like, no thanks. No thank you. He's playing what? 4 castouts? I don't want any of it. Hidden Gibbon, our opponent is themselves an enchantment. That could be problematic. All right, so I like this because, like I said, if they're an aggressive deck, we could lead on Periphery Nodes. If they're not an aggressive deck, we can do the Ancestral Vision set up into Shark Typhoon. So we're keeping. We have some more expensive guys down the road. Okay, play out an aggressive threat, and we'll be able to use Periphery Nodes as it was intended. Arbor Elf. Okay. So that's potentially better for me. Okay, so 1, 2, take the shock here. Suspect. That has the greatest long-term utility, and then I can Flooded Strand, setting up a lake claim. I mean, they got a lot of basics over there. Yep. Cool. 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 The good news is I can still cycle here. If I can find myself some blue, I almost played the Strand first. Maybe shoulda. We're going to get Blood Braided Elf here. I have 6 basics, so we can just hope. It's like 15 more turns for that to tick down. Alright, well, I've run out of things I can actually play. I'm taking 6, 9 next turn. No, we are literally dead. That is not true. We are not dead yet. Yeah, because next turn, 9, I take... Yeah, we are dead. Okay. Periphery nodes would have been nice there. Do I expect them to have targeted things for me? I don't think so. They could have, like, they're not necessarily bolting me, right? I do expect enchantment removal from them, however. I'll keep Jason. Bounce something. Or hide behind it. Cascade is technically... Cascade appears on cast. So Dress Down does not stop Cascade. Try to get clever. So we got a lot of interesting things here. Just can't cast any of them. And then this is kind of the other way around, huh? Would I rather have a guaranteed third land or I'm just deciding what to throw away. Yeah, if the first one didn't go off, gets a little try again. They've gone to 5 cards. My thought was to get Ancestral Vision going. I mean, they mulliganed to 5. I don't see why cycling Cast Out turn 1 is necessarily better. We have to draw an As Foretold, though, unfortunately. I'm thinking long term. I mean, Ancestral Vision on turn 2 versus turn 1 is not wildly behind. Well, that seems pretty good. Non-land permanent opponent controls. Well, this lets us play As Foretold next turn. The question is, do I want to Resurgent Belief? Right now, I'm going to say no. Because all I'm getting back is a Cast Out, and it's not May, right? And opponent controls. Okay, that's the relevant part is opponent controls. I'll play this one. Oh no! Not Blood Moon! So here's what I'm thinking. It's like, well, do I want to... I guess I could have kept that in my hand to throw some stuff away. No, I'm going to pass. Come on, Search. Give me something to do. Beginning of your upkeep. Look at the top card of your library. It has been a hot minute since I played some Search for Iskanta. Alright, first of all, how dare you? Second of all, I don't feel too bad. As long as you don't kill this As Foretold. I mean, now I kind of want to. I'm going to feel real bad when... So this could be a land destruction spell. Yeah, that just seems way better right now. So we play this one to give us another basic. Could theoretically feed to ruin them. Yep. Yikes. So I need to have access to white and I only have 2 cards. So there's currently a Phyrexian, Unlife, and a Cast Out, and that is it. Why did you not flip that, Jeremy? I was like, oh, you don't have enough mana to do everything. You could have. I have been stomped. That's really annoying. Do I want the Unlife back? Probably. Yep. Play a Bone Crusher. No, you're going to blow up not my blue source. It's an interesting deck we got here. Okay. They have to give me something I want, though. This will let me at least get another. I'm telling you, they're testing my patience. We're gonna have to clear this scavenging ooze. I will allow it. See, now I can't use the Field of Ruin, though. Two islands and a plains. Alright, so we can currently blow up. Well, that's pretty good. 4. Do I just steal their ooze? Hmm. They have one card. Okay, they don't want to play anymore. Look at that. Winning a game. Winning a game. Alright, restore balance is pretty good. They also have some annoying crap on their side of the board. Pillage? You kidding me? I want this. I'm not quite sold on Porphyry Nodes doing what I want it to do. It's not, it doesn't have that instant impact. Okay, theoretically, this is multiple cycles. I cycle Resurgent Belief, I get a Shark Typhoon off. Multiple basics, guys, is what I should have said. They're down to 5. They're down to 4. Keeping 4. Ragavan is a dangerous one for me. Ragavan could turn things around here. That's scary as hell. Field of Ruin has been exiled. You may not. You may cast, so you cannot play lands out of it. That was what I was curious about. Are we going to lose to turn 4 monkey? Or mull to 4 monkey? They can play some pretty crazy stuff with that treasure. Next turn we can hopefully... I like that they've missed twice. That's pretty nice. They could have pillage for all we know, though. All right, these are all powerful spells that are going our way. Are they going to attack? Here it comes. The monkey. You got Stomp. Declare blocks. Play something sweet so I can claim it. Come on, play it, sweet one. This is mine now. All right. So they had to mulligan pretty deep there, which is bad news for them. But good news for fans of cycling everywhere. I like how it usually takes me till about round 2 to realize that I haven't updated the record. So 1-1 so far. We lost the first one, won the second one. Opponents' mulligans went a long way towards helping us win that one. Shout out to the opponent. I mean, overall, I do feel we got some interesting stuff here. By no means do I think we nailed it, but I don't know. I am pretty impressed overall that I feel like this is an interesting start. Oh. Some of you may wonder, why was he rolling off screen? Oh, I was just trying to grab my bag. I have a bag in here that I was trying to get something out of, and I'm like, I tried to reach nonchalantly, and it was very chalant. And so I'm like, I'll just roll back. Nobody will notice that I'm getting farther and farther away. But maybe you did. I do notice that these modern wait times seem to be higher than they are, I guess, otherwise. Maybe what is it? Tuesday? Maybe Tuesday just isn't a good night for modern. We could check the where is it? There is this interesting thing I found that puts all of the people's streams that are out there. So there are other people, if you change what your format is, like there are people out there doing it. You know, like the person that just matched us. Not that they're streaming per se, but that they're proof that there are people playing modern, I guess. One the die roll. Cycle, 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 keep. They are a gemstone cavern deck, huh? Is there blue-red control? Last seen playing. I guess I could have looked up that. Last seen playing Dreadhorde Arcanist, Shardless Agent. They're an As Foretold deck. Electro Dominance, Bribery. Well, that's going to be annoying for you when you try to Bribery and you just flat out miss. So they do have counter magic. They have just Force Negation. Okay. Question is, what do I want to play here? I could get another basic. I'm going to go for this. With the intent being, I can cycle Thirst. Or I can Thirst I can thirst first. Sure. Hmm. The real question is, should I be Resurgent Belief here and make them have to start to fight over that? That's the question, is what do I think they have? What are they going to play with this Dread Horde? Maybe they aren't. I was expecting an Electro Dominance somewhere. I was expecting something. I mean, not another Dread Horde. All right, so now I feel like I just play a Starfield next. All right, here come the Force Negations. Yeah, might as well. So they had a Force Negation, which is unfortunate. We still have another Starfield. I mean, if they don't really have anything going on in there. We could always just try to steal their stuff. Right? They only have 2 cards. What if I just took your Dread Horde? Okay. I like that one. Can I have this one? Cast out, lay claim, cast out, thirst, or no, just Shark Typhoon. Just some boring stuff. So what are they? They're rug. Is it called Rug Waterfalls with the Cascade stuff? Well, what does that change for me? Do I still have their list up? Dread Horde, Shardless Agent, Ancestral Visions. They still have As Foretold. So it's more, can I fight over the As Foretold? They're going to probably have Mystical Dispute. Commandeer. Nice. They have their own Ley Lines of the Void. This is going to be funny. You know, I guess the easy things to come out. Yeah, so they're bringing in Leyline. We could bring in a Mastery of the Unseen. I think we want our own Ley Lines. Detention Sphere for like the little miscellaneous creatures. Restore Balance could be a nice catch-up. Question is if I want that Search for Iskanta or not. I could also cut one of the Ley Lines so that I don't draw it. This is not recommended. Don't do it this way. Show me Ley Line. Would I keep this opening hand? So they're keeping 7. I think in general this is not good enough. I'll keep this. Ingot Chewer. Okay. Well, that's 8 power coming in. Correction. Well, we're dead. Is there anything we could even find? We would have had to drawn Detention Sphere there. We did not. Nope. All right, we died to a lot of rhinos, like a lot of rhinos. Like a crash, a veritable crash of rhinos. Touche. Mm, do not cycle. They didn't have another one. Oh, come on. All these other times I flood out, and this time I miss? Boo. This time I miss, of course. Kind of expected a Force Will. So do I go after their ley line? Do I go after their as foretold? I think I have to stop the Shark Typhoon. I have to stop the Bone Crusher Giant, but they only have 2 cards. Well, what I'm wondering is, do I cast out the ley line? Do I thirst for meaning and then cast out the ley line? 4-2. Yeah, the bigger issue I think I have is this damage. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. So they had burn and a force of negation. So I have to restore balance here, which means I get to keep one card and 5 lands. Opponent being a douche in the chat. What is our one card? I think our one card we keep is Shark Typhoon. Well, Electro Dominance is... Leyline held us back, but Electro Dominance being able to do some stuff, casting spells at instant speed, is what really did us in. Unfortunately. So what's that? That puts us at 1 and 2 now. I definitely am seeing Resurgent Belief has potential. It's not letting it's if our opponents didn't interact with us. So I guess Resurgent Belief's potential is Magical Christmas Land. But no, look at it. Say we had 3 mana Teferi, okay? 3 mana Teferi is going to stop a lot of that same interaction. It's not going to let people play stuff. It would mess the does it necessarily mess with the Azratroll deck? I think it just says you can only play when you could play a sorcery. Yeah, so that doesn't actually stop it. It stops a bunch of the other shenanigan parts of it, but all right. Do we have an opponent? Teferi shuts the cascade part. Shuts cascade down. True. Good call. Opponent ran away. Opponent too scared. Opponent still can't believe we have 4 cast outs. 4? 4. It's just too many. Like that, imagine like you've cast something out, but that's not far enough. So you have to like throw it farther and farther and farther to get it 4 times. It's not even the same area code. Try again. All right. Won the die roll. We're winning die rolls. We're not winning games or matches. We're going to play against this crap again. Well, this is not what they were last seen playing, so. Hooray! This is the Rug Waterfowls deck again, potentially. Nice. Maybe it is not the same deck. Basics. Violent Outburst. Oh. Yep, they got some rhinos. Okay, they're a slightly different version. They still have counters, though. Subtlety. All right, so we hit take 8. These look like different rhinos. Are they going to hit the same thing every time? Okay, they got lots. They have rhinos. Don't fool yourself. There are rhinos here. Okay. So is there anything we can do about... I need to deal with 2 rhinos, and it ain't going to happen. No, we can't get rid of 2 rhinos in time. We can bounce 1. Nope. All right, so what did we do last time? Detention spheres, please. Porphyry nodes, no thank you. So here's the other thing, though. The Ley Line of the Void that deck did not look like it had Dreadhorde Arcanist. It's just trying to cascade into the Rhinos. So, I mean, technically, Porphyry Nodes kills a Rhino, but it won't happen until I've already been hit with one Rhino. Like, okay, they played their first set. If I would have played that, it'd go back to them. I could have killed one, and then the spell I played could have killed the second one. It's not necessarily enough, but it's something. I think we go for, yeah, Solemnity on Life, just to have that on deck. I mean, Dress Down, that's not the kind of thing that's going to fit here. Probably pitch Chart a Course. Search might not be fast enough. In the same situation, if I had Search or Chart a Course, I might rather have the draw 2, discard 1 right off the bat. I think I'm going to do that. I could keep this for that. I'm going to do that. Alright, won the die roll. Won the die roll, of course you did. You're on the play. I mean, this has most of what I want. Get basic. Is this frickin', what do you call it? Opposition agent? Oh. I was going to say, if you opposition agent me, force negation. That Fire Ice was pretty good in the first game. Okay. So I kind of want a Detention Sphere here. Or Detention Sphere, and then I bought myself more time for future turns. That's not great. Wait a minute. Can't I just steal that? Yoink! That's mine. That's mine. Yeah, 113%. We should be playing Teferi in our deck. Can you imagine? So we're playing Teferi in our deck. We've plussed. We could then, as foretold, these sorceries. What are we doing? We need Teferi in our life. I ain't changing anything. We need 3 fairy in our life. Not that I'm playing this deck again, but I could see playing this deck again. I mean, this is something this feels fun. All right, what do we got here? We got cycle. Oh, I don't have mana because of the Glacial Fortresses. Now, if I had the ability to go turn 1, cast out, turn 2, Resurgent, turn 3, that's not even probably good enough. I probably keep this. We're on the draw. Ship effect, yeah. That's All right, we need cast out. We need cast out bad. Or I need something that like lets me pick up my lands. Pick up my enchantment. I mean, you can't. See, the question is, do they have something, though? They're not doing anything, but they could have Violent Outburst. I feel like if they can counter it, they would try to counter. Okay. Did you just have it all? You have pitch, spell, and 8/8s. Okay. Force of Vigor. Good call. So, I mean, I have to hit these rhinos, unfortunately. What is this? You're going to ice me, bro? If they have double ice, if they had ice, baby, that would have been so bad. Well, apparently our opponent's deck plays all the answers, so I don't know what to do about that. I mean, I can't really stop opponent had it all, you know? Yep. That's certainly a deck they have over there. I mean, they are definitely more redundant than us, so it's also a shell that's maybe a little bit more proven, so I'm sitting here salty about it, but I'm playing a complete goofball deck. Yes, the other opponent was kind of being a jerk in the sideline. This one said literal nothing to me, so if only this was a plains on the first turn. Ancestral vision from them. What we need is to hit a land so I can cycle both of these. Tarmogoyf? Sure. That'll work. So here's the question. Do I let them attack and I block with my Shark Typhoon and then I go off with both? I think that makes the most sense. No. I'm going to block just this turn with my cycled Shark Typhoon. Keep in mind, Cast Out is going to try to steal something from them, and it's not a May. That's the biggest problem, is Cast Out is not a May, so we'll end up stealing a land most likely. Unless they give us another target. I can't guarantee that they will let us stack anything. There's too many interesting... Like, why can't I choose which order these happen in? You just don't get to. Liliana, please. Okay. Fatal Push. Probably not what you're looking for. They could have Force of Negation for this. Or not. We'll play this one. A new Shardless Agent. A new Ancestral Vision. Powerful stuff. A lot of cards on their side. Thought sees me? I accept. Probably don't want me to cast. If they'll let me cast a Starfield, I expect that gets Thought Seized. Because that's the one I can cast here. Yeah, that's what I expected. We do. I mean, they are getting a good chunk of cards over there. They're also at 7. I didn't notice that part. What is that? Dark Slick Shores. I mean, they've drawn a good amount of cards. They're way ahead of us, but Fatal Push, it's my favorite creature. A Liliana coming, huh? Oh boy. Inquisition. Sure. Oh, that's why you don't discard the Resurgent. Dungy. I was like, haha, I'll get them all back. I had this plan, man, I'm telling you. Okay. Oh, that is bad news for me. Abrupt decay, my as for told. They have to have a counter for this. But do they have two counters? The answer is no. All right, so with all that discard, I think we want ley lines to protect us. Troublesome permanents. We probably want these detention spheres. That's really all I'm seeing. I mean, we looked at what was out there and we tried to build our deck with a slant against certain things, and then like those things just did not show up. So I've got Seal and Nodes coming out. Field of Ruin is likely not the best, but it might have some targets. Lake Haim's sweet if it resolves. Nice abrupt decay. They could have Leyline for me. That's entirely possible. I guess we will find out. Turn 1 Ancestral. Building towards something. Oh, I was on the draw. Of course you were on the draw. You won the first game. Like it's like you're not even paying attention, Jeremy. You know, that play looks so good, I'll do it myself. Goodbye, Resurgent Belief. Well then. See, this is where Teferi would be great. What do you got for me, buddy? Do you have Assassin's Trophy? could have Assassin's Trophy. Why would they have targeted that? Maelstrom Pulse, is that still a card? Do I want to put out more than one Azertol? They're at 13. You would not believe how resurgent my beliefs are. Like, you might think, does he have beliefs? Well, I do have beliefs, and they'll keep coming back. If they have Cabal Therapy, we are in trouble. Please don't Cabal Therapy me. Draw 4 Resurgent Beliefs, 2 Asphodels. Opponent's at 11. We haven't even played the game yet. They have no cards. No life, I should say. That's mean. Don't say your opponent doesn't have a life. Oh, have I got something for you, buddy? They're like, well, what? He's got to have something huge. Why wouldn't he be casting them? There's nothing to come back. There's a severe lack of stuff. Yep. Paying more costs. Liliana? That's a good one. Brainstorm it up. Alright, so I'm going to get to Ancestral Vision. Hopefully, unless they draw Force of Negation. But drawing 4 cards this coming turn, I have to hope for the best. Please. I mean, do I cycle cast out? Do I cast out? We got to get that Jace out of here. Okay. As long as you control 5 or more enchantments. Okay. Starfield and Nyx is coming, baby. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. I'm gonna attack for 3, 7. Oh, you hooch! Who plays Maelstrom Pulse in this 2021? I don't like my opponent. My opponent is not my friend. They are not okay with me, if you know what I'm saying. I am frustrated. Who plays Maelstrom Pulse? Hoodlums. Hoodlums play Maelstrom Pulse. Only answers I'll accept. Hoodlums. Oh, a Tarmogoyf? That's what you bring into my house? Can you not target me? I'm so smart. Thank goodness our opponent did not play Maelstrom Pulse on me. They're going to draw so many cards. And unfortunately, Leyline of Sanctity, they couldn't even target me with the Ancestral Vision. Yeah, Stony Silence maybe is better than I gave it credit for. I think the big thing was that Teferi 3 really needed to be here, and the fact it's not was hurting. Because a lot of, like you're saying, the things I'm worried about, Teferi deals with them. What do I even have in there? Nothing? No, I have my aggro plan. What am I saying? 4, 8, 11. I have lethal. Depending on what our opponent does, on my turn, Starfield brings back As Foretold. As Foretold casts Resurgent for the other As Foretold. Hard cast Leyline. Swing with 4, 8, 11. I think at least that. I think the Seal of Removal was trying to be clever. I think the Periphery nodes probably shouldn't be in the main. Like, that's actually the first place I go. Porphyry nodes could probably come out of the main and be Teferis, and then Seal of Removal is like backup. Or we look at other choices around there. Potentially, yes. Alright, I might take this more slow now due to that. Although they did go to 9. I attack with those two, and they go to 1. What am I missing? As long as you control 5 or more enchantments. Oh, I need double Starfield to get the other Starfield. Oh, I missed that. Look at my enchantment beatdown deck. Now here's the thing, Starfield can't be interacted with by Jace because 2 Starfields wake each other up. Starfield itself is only targeting the others. But I didn't put that in my math, so that's on me. I think I'm playing a little bit faster too, which is, about time. But no combat on opponent's side. What are they going to do? Have they activated Jace? They're going to draw 3 cards with Jace. I feel like this should be a win. Get ourselves a 2-3. Have I spoken too soon? Do not... I was going to say, do not freaking... Collective brutality? That ain't good enough. Enchantment beatdown. Come on. Target creature gets minus accepted. Play the land. Yeah, theoretically. Bounce that cast out. Keep new Jace. Maybe they just thought they needed to clear or get new cards in their hand even though they don't have access to a fetch land to do it. Okay. But they can't target me here. The same problem they're having with Spellbomb is they can't target me with the Liliana. And if anything, it's just going to give me fuel for the Starfield. All right. Got ourselves a little 2-3. Ain't the greatest thing in the world, but hey, it's more wins than we've been having lately. I can say that's for sure. You can always pride yourself on, hey, it ain't an 05. All right, so like we were saying, things we would change. I think porphyry nodes, let's move that over for now. What else did I not like? I moved seal at the same time. Okay, let's get little Teferi. The Time Raveler. And honestly, I feel like, well, no, I need to see the different versions. Where's the non-goofy one? Okay. Like, the fact that I want to set up the As Foretold to be able to play sorceries. Do I want a third Teferi? I mean, for the most part, we don't really have spells, right? It would let us play. See, this is the thing. Until your next turn, you may cast sorceries as though they had flash. So you could chart a course as an instant. But I think minimum, I like the idea. Do we add another Ancestral Vision? Do we add another Restore Balance? Do we go heavier on the As Foretold? Or I think at minimum we put one more balance in. Okay, I think... Now, is only having 3 Ancestral Visions, was that a problem today? No, I think the problem is I had 24 land and I drew hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of land in some games and not in the others. Now, that's just kind of the smoothing aspect. Maybe Search for Azcanta is just wrong here. Like, maybe... Alright. You're in. Maybe we don't need all 4 lay claims. So let's start with cards that I want to keep. So you can have 3 lay claim. All the Shark Typhoons are in. I really liked the Starfields of Nyx there. Cast outs are in. The Teferi, at least 2. The As Foretold. And then the question is, do you want another As Foretold? I think if we're going to go heavier on this stuff, we probably do want the 4th As Foretold. So, Resurgent Belief, if we're building the deck around that, and then we're now in on 4 As Foretolds, do we want the other Ancestral Vision? I mean, drawing cards is kind of good. Let's give ourselves another one of that. Okay, so now we're on the 10 suspend spells, 4 As Foretold to support it, and then we've got cycle. These guys don't cycle. But so we got cyclers, 0 mana, and the 3 mana thing. I'm going to say yeah to another Teferi. Now, Jace. I'm not really sold necessarily on needing Jace. Teferi 4. I can picture it, but I can't read the words on it. Teferi, Master of Time. So you can activate the loyalties whenever on both turns. Draw a card, discard. Target creature you don't control phases out. So I like the draw a card, discard, draw a card, discard. That's interesting. Do I want those detention spheres in the main? That's the only thing I'm wondering is, am I better off having these detention spheres in the main? And like I was saying, then Teferi lets me mess around shenanigan-wise. Yeah, whether it's the types of decks we played or what. So I think this extra lay claim, I really don't think this Jace is needed. So then it comes down to, we had these Chart a Course, we had Thirst for Meaning, and we had Search for Iskanta. So there were many times, like the fact that Resurgent Beliefs suspension window, let's say, is so short that you could suspend it, and then you have a couple turns to try to do stuff, and then before it happens. I kind of want cheaper spells, or during that period of time, I want to be able to like throw maximum cards into the graveyard. So I do wonder if I want to go back to strategic planning. Strategic planning is going to look at 3, let me keep 1, and throw 2 away. And the fact that I don't necessarily have a counterspell, I don't have something like that we're playing 2, I do wonder if that would be better. Although Thirst for Meaning did feel pretty good when it happened. So my thoughts, if we keep these Thirst for Meanings, I could convert these 3, and I don't know, maybe Search is in the right sideboard for something. So let's take the chart out. I'm at 59 cards. For every time it felt like we flooded, I felt like there was another game where I barely had enough lands. Then again, the top of our curve is not really 400 or whatever it looks like here. So these are all zeros. I have no 2s right now. Well, that's great. Yes, I do. So let's move this stuff over. Okay. So here is a 2. Or actually, let's set it up like that. So these are 1s. Those are 2s. These would be 3, 4. So those are 3, and they're always 3. These are 3, they're always 3. This piles are always 3. And then these are like 2 plus. So I do want some kind of effect, I think, that maybe I just want Jace. Maybe I just want the 4-mana Jace for just like the raw cards of it. Density of enchantments to replenish. I think maybe it makes more sense to go back to what are all the enchantments that exist, and I don't know, am I missing out on something? See, these are cards that reference enchantments. Like, we didn't necessarily get punished with like Greater Oromancy needing to have that or anything. Are these only the cards I own? No, okay. They don't need to be blue and white. Oh, enchantments. That's what happened. Okay. I mean, the idea before of the on thin ice as a way to, if we need to have like kind of single mana, but it's not necessarily a card that's going to get used up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of like what's something that'll come in, do something, and then we can kind of buy it back or have replenish really capitalize on coming back. I kind of wonder if that falls like that would be like the attunement thing where you can like, oh, I'm losing card quantity, but I'm setting something up that's going to be powerful. Exile target creature attacking you or planeswalker you control. You could buy that back. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like I said, this interested me enough today that it's like I would be interested in messing with it more. But at the same time, I don't know how much more effort I really do want to put into it. I mean, theoretically, these dress downs that really didn't do much, those could fit like that cycling roll. They come in, they go away, they enter battlefield, draw a card. They could get some kind of value. Well, all right. I will. How about this? I'll leave it to you to decide what you think is the most powerful cards to put in to finish things up. So, thanks for watching today. I really do appreciate it. I'm not going to have another stream this week. I've got some stuff I have to take care of, so I won't be able to do it on Thursday. Apologies for that. I'm also not going to be able to stream over the weekend, so what we're looking at is 7 days from now. Now, the good news is we do know what we're playing, and it is Academy Rector. So, Academy Rector will be featured. There's going to be a lot of enchantments going on. They might not be these ones because we'll be over in Legacy. But make sure you tune in for that a week from today. And if you're watching it on YouTube later, well, it probably already happened in the past. But hey, go find that video. It'll be great. Trust me. I hope it's great. Thanks, Mana Traders, for letting us play crazy decks like this. Thank you for the new subscriptions today, or the resubs, I should say. When it's time to spin stuff up again, hopefully you get to... I was going to say, hopefully you get to see something you really want, but I hope you don't really want me to lose, so I don't know. It's hard to say. But speaking of the YouTube, go check that out. It's !YT if you're in our chat. You can just search for J Pinter MTG out there. You'll find me. Come visit us on the Discord. I have a link that puts all of my content together in one place, and I try to interact. I talk about, hey, this is what I'm playing next week. Help me come up with some deck ideas for it. What do you want to see in Academy Rector deck? Stop on by and let me know. But otherwise, I appreciate you spending your time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Is Aaron started yet? Let's go take a look. Aaron should be streaming tonight because I know she was going to do Modern Enchantress. And that sounds pretty cool. And I think Modern Enchantress is worth watching, but... All right, it sounds like she should be going live soon, so I will put together the raid to send you over there. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.